Is India's #1 ally Russia supplying fighter jet engines to Pakistan for its JF-17 fighter jets? This claim has turned into a full-blown political fight between the opposition Congress and the ruling BJP-led NDA government. Congress has hit out at the government, stating that this possibility is a failure of Prime Minister Modi's personalized brand of diplomacy. But are these claims valid? Latest reports state that these claims are not only unconfirmed but have also been denied by Russia. According to this Economic Times report, the claims are false, mischievous, and outright wrong. The ET report adds that India and Russia have an agreement that, quote, Moscow will never supply any defense equipment and hardware to Pakistan that is detrimental to India's interests, unquote. This has been confirmed by another report from WION, which states a Russian source. The Russian source told WION, quote, it looks illogical for serious and professional observers who trace big deals ahead between Russia and India don't have such a level of cooperation with Pakistan which would make India feel uncomfortable, unquote. The Russian source added that someone was trying to compromise exceptionally promising and forward-looking cooperation in reference to Russian President Vladimir Putin's upcoming visit to India in December. Yet, before the rebuttal from Russia came in, a political spat had already broken out after the Congress party cited unconfirmed media reports of Russia-Pakistan jet engine agreement, accusing the Modi government of allowing India's ally Russia to supply fighter jet engines to a terror state like Pakistan. In response to Congress's remarks, the BJP also hit back, citing a report in which Moscow has termed this particular claim as false. Here's how the Congress-BJP spat unfolded. First, Congress Secretary Jairam Ramesh had shared a report that described Russia allegedly ignoring Indian objections and deciding to move ahead with the sale of its engines for Pakistan's JF-17 Thunder Block 3 aircraft. Jairam Ramesh claims the new variant of the aircraft would use the same PL-15 missiles, which is also believed to have been used against our country during Operation Sindoor. But this claim was bashed by the BJP, citing the Russian reports. BJP leader Amit Malviya hit back and posted on social media that there has neither been any official confirmation on this or any credible source to support this claim. Malviya added, Russia has dismissed the report of Moscow proceeding with the supply of RD-93MA engines to Pakistan for integration into the JF-17 Thunder Block 3 fighter jets. Jairam Ramesh relied on a story published by the NBT, which in turn quoted little-known website notorious for pushing pro-Pakistan propaganda, unquote. BJP leader's social media post made another stinging accusation, adding, the Congress's communication head yet again choosing to side with the enemy instead of standing with India. After outrightly denying that Russia is supplying any engines to Pakistan, some experts from Moscow, however, claim that even if the reported sale of RD-93 engines to Pakistan does happen, it will actually benefit New Delhi. Pyotr Topichkov, the head of the section on new challenges in South and Southeast Asia at the prestigious Moscow-based Primakov Institute, told PTI, I don't think the criticism here is justified. If reports about Russia providing engines for the JF-17 are correct, it actually benefits India in two ways. He added, firstly, it shows that China and Pakistan have not yet managed to replace the Russian origin engine. Secondly, the new aircraft will be familiar and predictable to India, especially since they share the same engine, and India observed the JF-17's operational use during the May 2025 crisis or Operation Sindoor, unquote. And you know what? I kind of agree. India should not be picky about any Russia-Pakistan deal simply because India too has defense alliances with America and European countries including France and Germany, and Moscow raises no objections. Defense deals are often simply for economical reasons and not strategic and not driven by geopolitical motives. Now, the Kalimov RD-93MA engine is a Russian design powering single-engine fighter jets. While China has acquired these engines in the past to equip the JF-17s, direct sales to Pakistan have not been confirmed. Russian experts explain that it has long been China and not Pakistan entering into contracts with Moscow for these engines, and that Pakistani jets receive the engines through Chinese channels and not through direct Russia-Pakistani military cooperation. The same could be the case as of now. Russia and Pakistan in fact do have limited defense engagement. Pakistan has participated in joint exercises and even bought Russian Mi-35 attack helicopters in 2015 as well as Mi-17 transport helicopters in 2016 in the past, but has never directly procured fighter jet engines or advanced weaponry from Moscow. Yet, Russia has repeatedly asserted that its involvement with Islamabad does not encroach upon its decades-old relationship with India. Engine sale to Pakistan or no sale, India and Russia are deepening their own bilateral strategic and defense cooperation. Latest news reports quote senior government officials who confirm that negotiations for 5 more S-400 Triumph air defense missile systems are in their final stages, and the deal could be signed soon, possibly coinciding with President Putin's India visit in December. According to HT, the two countries have already agreed on the cost for the 5 systems, factoring in the annual escalation or inflation from the 2018 price of $5.5 billion for 5 S-400 regiments. The S-400 missile system will further enhance India's long-range air defense capabilities, especially after its proven effectiveness during Operation Sindoor, where it played a key role in deterring any Pakistani attack on India. Indian Air Force claims S-400 shot down 5 to 6 fighter jets from Pakistan as well as a Pakistani AWACS at over 300 kilometers, making it the longest SAM hit in modern warfare. But amid all these controversies, Indian Air Force Chief Air Marshal Amarpreet Singh has hinted that a grand deal for the Sukhoi 57 stealth fighter jets could still happen between India and Russia. While speaking during the 93rd Air Force Day celebrations, the Indian Air Force Chief said that there is a real possibility that India might get the 5th generation Sukhoi 57 stealth fighter jet from Russia, or most probably the Rafale fighter jet from France after their dominant performance during the recent war with Pakistan, when they beat Chinese origin air defenses and helped smash 11 Pakistani air bases. The Indian Air Force Chief also underlined the service's urgent need for advanced fighters and said options for acquiring or joint production of the Sukhoi 57 is still actively on the table. The Indian Air Force Chief emphasized, saying, quote, "We have to get the best structure and systems. We need to create a force that is stronger than what we have today. Whichever design house gives us the best design with Make in India possibilities, we will go for them." He added that IAF's acquisition roadmap would be a collective decision, indicating the government's inputs on strategic implications would also be a priority. The IAF chief mentioned both the French Rafale and the Sukhoi 57 are prime contenders for the Indian Air Force, and we hope that India actually acquires a few squadrons of both these fighters while also accelerating the indigenous AMCA development. The chief's remarks reflect a sense of urgency, as Indian Air Force currently flies only 29 squadrons instead of the sanctioned strength of 42 needed to face any two-front war against Pakistan and China. On the AMCA, the Indian Air Force chief was cautious yet optimistic when he said, "I think we can fly that in this decade itself. New models are being tested and this timeline can be achieved." He further assured citizens of the country that the Air Force is ready for any conflict, saying, "I want to assure the people of India that the Indian Air Force will perform its duties. We are fully committed." Discussions on the Sukhoi 57 reportedly include purchase as well as joint production with technology transfer. This leverages India's expertise in building Russian origin fighters like the Sukhoi 30 MKI in the past. Reports state that Russian officials have also confirmed their interest in supporting India's defense self-reliance project, and Indian defense sources indicate that investment considerations for manufacturing the Sukhoi 57 in India are also being held. With Russia and India boosting their own defense ties, does India need to worry about any defense deals between Russia and Pakistan? Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.